Well, when the pandemic broke out in year 2020, I think we were all bored in the house, and one local artist in Detroit decided to make something out of it. Well, his beat and his song became a hit sensation, and I think millions of views and listening later, I think we are all still singing his tune. Curtis Roach joins us in Studio 1452 right now. Curtis, it's good to be talking to you, man.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, you pretty much summed up what we were all feeling last year with that hit, "Bored in the House."
Okay, I'm bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. Bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. Bored in the house bored and I'm bored in the house bored. Bored in the house, bored in the house bored. Bored in the house, bored in the house bored.
First, let's talk about the journey, because before you went viral, this song took off.
Yeah.
I remember you telling a story and a report that said that after you paid your rent, you only had $12 in your name for the rest of the month.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I mean, how has life changed for you, man?
Man, before it was like I was doing music,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing was like shaking how I wanted it to shake, and it was kind of like a thing where I was getting paid off music, but it wasn't like big time.
Right.
And I remember that March when stuff started happening. I had just paid my rent. It was at the beginning of March, and I literally only had like $12 to, like, you know, get the next meal or whatever.
Yeah.
And, you know, one thing led to another, you know. But before that, it like TikTok was just something where I was just using the platform, you know, how it's supposed to be used, you know.
Yeah. Short little video, straight to the point.
Yeah, and then it just happened. Like, it just really happened like that. I don't know. It was one of those things where it was like preparation meets just the perfect timing.
Yeah.
And I was prepared, you know.
So were you like literally, like you sat down one day and you like, you know what, I'm literally like bored in the house? Or did you like put some preparation into like, like, was it like really like freestyle or?
Yeah. So look. Anybody who knows me, anybody who's like my close homie or like, you know, family member, they know that I can't resist like making a little ditty out of the situation. Like if I'm standing in line, or if I'm like, you know, mowing the grass, or like just doing any chore, I have to like sing something or just like rap a little something to like get me through that activity.
Right.
And that day was just one of those days where I was just sitting in the house and I had nothing on my agenda. Like I didn't, you know, have to go to school or work or anything. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, okay, let me just make a video out of this. And yeah,
because you know what? I think when I first heard it, I was like, okay, bored in the house, and I'm in the house bored. It's one of those things where it's like, it's something that hits you off at first. It's like, it becomes like a thing. Like, and then you just get hooked to it, right? And I think everybody, especially when they start making like their own like little versions of what they're doing with your song.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the partnership that was created out of that. I mean, you had the initial video or song that went out, but then it attracted a whole lot much more listenership and viewership, like 47 million views through your partnership with Tigger, right?
Yeah.
How was that?
Well,
Tiger.
Yeah,
right.
I feel like at first it was like something that was very infectious, right? It was like a thing where I wasn't going out of my way to make a TikTok song. A lot of people ask me, yo, were you trying to make a TikTok song? There wasn't a TikTok song. Like there were songs on TikTok that were like starting to, you know, blow up because of TikTok, but I wasn't trying to make any TikTok songs. So that moment, it was like an infectious little rhythm, and people just needed that at the time. You know what I'm saying? It was like a thing where that first week that it was out, I wasn't even paying attention to the video. You know what I'm saying? And then I think when people were inside, they just needed that, you know what I'm saying? And it was like a beautiful moment for me, because I'm a musician before anything. And I was like, yo, if people are enjoying themselves, then I can't get mad at this. Like,
I mean, because you were like literally just living your life and just pretty much like, this is an account of my life right now. I'm bored in the house, bored. Like one of your like random moments. Like you move through your everyday life and you say, you know what, I'm about to create this little spit just to get through the day. And what do you know? I'm not trying to create like a viral video, but a viral song, but here it is. So What is the music industry like for you firsthand? Because certainly you're up there amongst some of the top artists, like on Spotify and
Yeah.
TikTok and YouTube and everything else. What has been that experience over the past year?
It's been, I don't know. At first it was overwhelming. And I had a bunch of options like in front of me at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like I was independent before, and I had this option to like, I could just be part of some major deal or something. And I kind of like took a step back and I was like, where do I want to go with it?
Yeah.
And I decided to just be independent because, what labels wanted at the time, they just wanted, that song, or they wanted that to be emulated over and over and over again. And I'm not about to do that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My album is coming out, and I did a good job of not trying to emulate that, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if I was to do that, I wouldn't be having fun,
And you want perhaps be yourself, right?
Yeah. I'm talking about like they were about to just, they were trying to just take everything away, you know what I'm saying? Take the royalties and all that stuff. And I'm this 20-year-old kid.
Yeah.
I'm 22 now, but at the time I was just like, yo, I got the whole world in front of me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's something a bit, more these days. You have a lot of artists who are embracing being an independent artist, right?
Yeah.
And pursuing their own path without the big labels of the past, which has been the tradition.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to hear you say that. I want to talk more about the album in just a moment, but I know during this past year, while you were getting all the attention and the fame, you were able to save up enough money to be able to purchase the home of your late grandmother's and fix it up. How was that?
Dude, blessings. I feel very blessed to even do that. You know what I'm saying? I get tripped out because of it. But that house, that was a special moment because everything aligned perfectly. You know, I didn't know what the situation was beforehand, but it was one of those situations where we had it in our family and it was about to be like sold off to somebody random. And I just so happened to have the money for it, and I wasn't spending money on anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I got gold grill right now. But it's like I wasn't really using my money to like flex like that because I don't like to do that. But this was like the perfect time to just like use it for something good. And ever since then, we've shot maybe 4 or 5 music videos there.
Wow.
We had a couple events.
You even were part of a TV show that followed the journey of the home.
That was actually like in the same
revitalized.
week of me buying it. You know, like we just signed off the paperwork, and then like my mom was Facebook friends with Nicole Curtis, and she was like, she posted on Facebook, we're looking.
The HGTV show.
Yeah. She was like, we're looking for 10 houses to renovate for this next season.
Wow.
And then my mom just so happened to like DM her at the right time, and boom, like it happened super quickly. That happened faster than, I don't know.
You see what happens when you are bored in the house and it leads to something, all these opportunities. So let's talk about music.
Yeah.
So what is your flavor of music that you like to produce that makes you who you are? And then also, like, who are some of your favorite artists?
I'll say I gotta give it up to Tribe Called Quest. I got the logo tatted on me. Tribe Called Quest. Also, I would say like all the old school peoples, but like if we're talking about new school, then like Chance the Rapper, Childish Gambino. Kanye, Drake. Like I
was
feel
just about to throw in Drake. That's like a little internal debate we have here at the office about Drake. But anyhow,
I feel like overall I'm a big hip hop head. Like I was always a young old soul, and I would have like all these flavors in front of me because my parents exposed me to it at an early age. And with my music, I use that to try and like be inspired, not emulate, but like. Whatever I'm feeling at the time, I try and make, you know what I'm saying? I don't have any type when it comes down to it, but at the same time, still keeping it, hip-hop,
Hip-hop, I love it. I love it.
But, I feel like right now, I'm having more fun with it than ever, I used to be, like, super technical to the point where, like, I would not be breathing at all when I'm rapping.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, okay, I can take a little,
Take a little deep breath.
You know what I'm saying?
Take your time with it a little bit. Let it smooth over. So what about the new album? You got that coming up. What can people expect?
I can say you can expect to enjoy yourself while listening to it. The whole thing is really centered around joy. What brings you joy? You know, I got a couple skits where I ask like people what brings them joy, and I think in times like this, we're trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
And at the same time, there's like a balance. There's stressed out. You know, that's one of the singles off of it. There's stress, there's anger, there's sadness, there's all types of emotions, but at the same time, it comes back to joy.
Yeah.
And, happiness is like a fleeting moment.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's this thing called joy where it's like, you know exactly when it hits you, you know, like it's like one of those moments where you feel elated, you know?
Elated. I like it.
My whole goal with this is when they listen to this project, they can, vibe out to it and like it'll be a nice day,
What's a typical day like for you though?
A typical day, it's I'm either a workaholic or I'm on some, just trying to find some type of like relaxation in my day.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's like there's a day where I start off and I'm just making a funny video, or I'm just like making music, or I'm just watching my favorite sitcom or something.
Yeah, I think it's cool to see this success happen for you so organically, and how it's been pushed and just shared all over, and it's trickling down to so much phenomenal opportunities for you, and we love it. It's your awesome Detroit story, and we wish all the best for you, man. Thanks so much for stopping in.
Right.
And Curtis Roach, everybody, I love it. Check him out. People can find out more about you on your website and
yes.
social.
Instagram, Curtis 2 Trill.
I love it.
Same thing as Twitter. YouTube, Curtis Roach. I'm everywhere.
And of course, we got him on our website as well, MichiganChronicle.com. Curtis, thanks so much for stopping in.
Thank you.
I'm digital anchor Andre Ash.